Hi, I'm Pam Smith and welcome to the Flavor Kitchen. We're here today to do a roasted sweet potato and kale hash straight from the Flavor Kitchen Season 1. Excited for you to join us and see how easy it is to get flavor into everything that you do. We're going to start today with one of my favorite flavors, and that is making the sweet potato and kale hash with PS Flavor CitrusSpice. But I've got to tell you, I also love this with chili lime. There's something about the citrus that's in either one of these rubs that just gives this incredible amplification of flavor to the sweet potatoes. And the sweet potatoes are what we're going to start with. Just some diced sweet potatoes. Classic roasting vegetables 101. We already have the oven on with a sheet pan in it, a little drizzle of olive oil, and then just about a half a teaspoon of CitrusSpice in, stirring it nicely. Move right over to that hot sheet pan, and the reason you've been heating it is because as soon as you get these sweet potatoes into the oven, you're going to immediately get the caramelization. You hear that sizzle, at least we always hope we do, and that's where the flavor actually begins. And yeah, that is indeed doing that sizzle we're wanting. That will be able to cook for us in 15 minutes. It doesn't take long at all once they're cubed, but through the magic of television, we already have some that have been roasting for that 15 minutes, and you can see they have just that nice little caramelization right on them, and they're very hot. We like to roast them in advance because I want to be able to cook this dish very quickly. It's one of those that you can really get ahead on Thanksgiving, anytime you're entertaining, because by having it already roasted, all you have to do, even let it cool or just stay at room temperature. Then when it comes time to do the deed and make the dish, it comes together very quickly. So those are roasted, ready to go. We're going to begin sauteing some of the other elements that are going to add a lot of flavor to this. I have a pan that's been heating over a high heat. I'm going to add, again, just another teaspoon of olive oil to that, and then add my onions. Just a nice diced red onion to this. Going to allow that to start to cook its flavor into that little bit of olive oil that's in the pan. Not wanting to cook this long, just long enough for it to begin to soften the onion. I'm also going to add to this some red peppers that have just been done in a nice dice. This is a beautiful, beautiful color of a side dish. We love to serve this underneath a pork tenderloin, love to serve it as a side with roasted chicken. It's just perfect to have almost on its own. Really, really delicious. Just a nice little saute on these red peppers and the onion. And then right as they begin to soften, I'm going to add the garlic and the remaining CitrusSpice. I don't like to add the garlic too early. I'm going to also add my sliced green onions. Don't like to add the garlic too early because it tends to burn rather quickly. I want it into this high heat really just for about 30 seconds or so. And same reason, I like to get the CitrusSpice in there so that it can begin to release its flavor. The heat does exactly that, but not in there too long to enable it to actually start to burn towards the bottom of the pan. Once that's done, we start to add the rest of our magic ingredients. Those beautiful roasted sweet potatoes that we just got out of the oven. In addition to that, I want a little bit of sweetness, so I'm going to add to that some Craisins, and I want that particularly because I'm looking to do a little bit of sweetness to offset the bitterness of the kale. Now, kale isn't bitter by any means, but it does have just a little bit more of a bite to it. If I was using kale in a salad, I would massage the kale first. Raw kale needs just a little bit of softening. Massaging it means with a little bit of olive oil, a little touch of salt, a little bit of lemon juice, just enough to be able to soften the kale itself. I cut this into some nice strips, and then together with the Craisins I'm just going to finish this beautiful saute. The color is there. All we're trying to do is just let the kale start to wilt into this. And again, no need for massaging because the heat in and of itself is going to be able to soften this. Once you get this done, it can sit beautifully. It actually can become almost a salad side dish. No need to serve it piping hot. You can serve it almost at room temp, which is always a great thing to do when you're entertaining a crowd. Sliced flank steak, skirt steak, so much that can go with this. It's really just a perfect side dish that is absolutely packed with flavor. Take a little taste, make sure that you've got the flavor that you need. Oh, perfection. And that's how we do it.